I want to share with you a dishwashing system that I think is the most efficient, and even more so than using a dishwasher, because with the dishwasher, by the time you rinse out the plate, scrape off all the crud, and then put it in there, that wash just pretty much becomes a good measured clean slash rinse. Also, as these dishes are accumulating in the dishwasher, they're not available. So, you want your dishes clean, but you also want them available. Now, you might be thinking, well, maybe you should get a super dishwasher. And this is a $1,000 Samsung dishwasher. And I can tell you right now, you are not going to put a plate with caked on food in there and get it to come out sparkly clean. So that said, all you need is a few very inexpensive items that you're probably going to get at a dollar store. And it's detergent, this scrubber, and a bowl. Now, I'm actually not going to put the detergent in the scrubber as intended. The reason why is because when this comes out, what's coming out is pure detergent, right? And so not only does it take longer to get your dish clean, it's going to use more water. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put a little detergent in here, and then we're just going to make a pre-mixed solution like so, right? And kind of stick that in there. So now I eat something, right? Done. Come over here and go here. Bring this out, rinse that, okay. I can feel with my thumb, it's nice and clean now. Boom. On the drying pad, I'm not going to dry it, I'm not going to put it away. The next time I need a plate for food, I'm going to pick it up, use it, easy. What if you live with other people? Could be family members, could be roommates, doesn't matter. I'd recommend you actually volunteer yourself to be the designated dishwasher. Now, you're going to do all the dishes. That doesn't mean you're going to dry the dishes, doesn't mean you're going to put away the dishes. You're just going to take care of the washing part of it. Now, why would you do that? Well, example. If you've lived with any number of roommates, you've run into at least one guy, walks over, opens the cupboard, takes out a glass, drinks the water, puts the glass in the sink. A few minutes later, gets a plate, eats his food in the sink. And that just takes one problem roommate that's going to fill up your whole sink with dirty dishes in no time. Those dishes will eventually spill over into the rest of the kitchen and then the living area. You or any other people ask them to clean, and they'll get to it. They always say, "Oh, I'm going to get to it. Yeah, I'll take care of it," right? But when? A day, 2 days, a week, 2 weeks, right? I found that these roommates do not have an appreciation of time, the importance of time. So it's unsightly, it's unsanitary, and let's say you're going to have company over, right? That person walks in, and they're seeing a roommate that doesn't know how to clean up after themselves versus walking in and seeing a clean place. So when you do this with some stipulations. So you need a couple things. One is a designated space. Do not make that space too big. Something like this is appropriate. A tub with a lid. And most importantly, a note. This note has 4 key things. 1, place dirty dishes here. That's on the designated space below. The reason why, you're the designated dishwasher. You're not the designated dish retriever. So people aren't going to leave dirty dishes all over the house and then you're going to go collect them and wash them. No. They've got to be here in the designated place. Number 2, do not stack dishes. This is important because if you'll notice, when I did my example, I washed the face of the dish. I didn't wash the back of the dish. I didn't need to wash the back of the dish because this never came in contact with any food, right? I washed the face, and I set it to dry. However, 2 things happen if you allow them to stack dishes. One, instead of this finite amount of dishes that can occupy this space, that number can increase tenfold. Also, so you're not only doing 10 times dishes, but this bottom has now been dirtied by the top, the face of the dish below it. So now not only doing 10 times dishes, you're doing double each dish, so you're actually doing 20 times the cleaning. We obviously don't want to do that. Number 3, no SLA is in place. And for those of you who are not familiar with the SLA, is the acronym for Service Level Agreement. And what that refers to is whatever service I'm going to provide, in this case volunteer service, the service level agreement is in what time frame do I provide that service. There is no time frame. These dishes get done at my discretion, which means if this area is full, you can't put them out there because you'd be violating Rule 1. You have to put them here. You can't stack them because you'd be violating Rule 2. So guess what? You'll find that people start actually doing their own dishes. Number 4, non-compliant dishes will be placed outside for sanitary reasons. A non-compliant dish could be a dirty dish if it violates 1, a dirty dish that's not placed in the designated area. So that dish gets placed outside in the kitchen or the living room, that's non-compliant. That goes in the tub, which then will go to the outside. Do not stack the dishes. You stack the dishes, that's a non-compliant dish, that's going to go in the tub and it's going to go outside. So this is the only set of dishes that you're going to do. You're going to do them at your discretion. And if you see other dishes, if they're stacked, if they're in other places, you're just going to stack them in the tub and it's going to go outside. And once it's outside with the top on it, it's no longer unsanitary in your house. It's no longer unsightly in your house. And you've done less work because you're only doing what's in the designated area. And you'll find that other people start doing their own dishes. And that's how the system works.